Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. These are the Arabic alphabets, and the letters which are inside the red boxes are actually heavy letters, which means that they have an O sound in it. So Alif, Ba, Ta, Sa. The tip of the tongue will be touching at the edge of the upper front two teeth very gently and softly in the letter Sa. Jim, Ha. Ha must be as sharp as a sword from the middle of the throat. Kha. Dal, Zal, Ra, Za. In the letter Za, we must not touch our tongue anywhere. The upper and the lower teeth have a little bit of gap and we read this letter with force. Seen, same is the case with seen. Sheen, sword, in the letter sword, we place our tip of the tongue at the back side of the bottom front two teeth. Sword, Lord, left side of the tongue will be touching left roof of the mouth. Ta, Ra, Ain, Ghain, Fa, Qaf, Kaf, Lam, Mim, Noon, Waw, Ha, Hamzah, Ya. Qaf will be from the back side of the roof of the mouth, whereas Kaf will be from the front as compared to Qaf.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So first of all we will learn about Zabar, Zair and Pesh. This line is called Zabar. The sound of Zabar is A. For example, Ba Zabar Ba, Lam Zabar La, Ba La, Ghain Zabar Gha, Ba La Gha. Now we must not stretch the letters like this, Ba La Gha. That will be wrong. It is Ba La Gha, not Ba La Gha. No, not at all. No stretching here. Ba La Gha. If we stop, the zabar of ghain will turn into jazm and we will read it like this, balagh. Similarly, if the same sign comes below a letter, it becomes a zair. The sound of zair is e. So zal zair ri, adina. And if we stop, adin. And similarly, this sign is called pesh. The sound of pesh is u, so su'ila. If we stop, su'il, because the zabar of lam will turn into jazm in stopping mode. Alright, so the two zabar or double zabar sound is un. Whenever it is above a letter, the un sound is produced. So dal, two zabar dan. Dal and un become dan. So abadan. If we stop, one zabar will be removed and dal will be stretched for 1 second. So it will be abada in stopping mode. But in regular mode, it is abadan. Alright, if the same sign comes below a letter, it is called two zays and the sound is in. So, dal two din. So, amadin. If we stop, this will turn into jazm and we will apply qalqala on the letter dal. So, it will be amad. Inshallah, later on we will discuss about qalqala rule. Alright, so the removing of one zabar and stretching of the letter for 1 second in stopping mode only applies in double zabar. It does not apply in double zair or double pesh. Talking about the double pesh, this sign is called double pesh or two pesh, and the sound of double pesh is un. So ba two pesh bun. So la'ibun. If we stop, we will apply kalkala on ba because the two pesh will turn into jazm. So la'ib. Alright, now the standing signs. This is dine is called standing zabar. The sound is similar to zabar which is a. However, the difference is that whenever it comes above a letter, that letter is stretched for 1 second. So it will be ala. Alright. Whether it is in regular mode or in stopping mode, the standing zabar, standing zir and reverse pesh remain the same. There is no difference. Alright, however, if the standing zabar, standing zir or standing pesh or any other sign comes above the round ha or the round ta, then they will turn into jazm. However, if they appear above or below any other letter at the end of a word, then they will not change whether we regularly read it or whether we stop there. So this one is standing zair. The sound of standing zair is e. We will stretch that letter for 1 second. So bihi. This is reverse pesh. With the sound of reverse pesh is oo, and we will stretch it for 1 second. So yadahu. So this is ala, bihi. In stopping mode, it will be bih, and it will be yadahu. In stopping mode, it will be yadah. Alright. The big mud, whenever it appears above a letter, it is stretched for 4 seconds. So, technically speaking, this is alif madda because ta has a zabar and next to it is alif. However, because of the big mud, this ta will be stretched for 4 seconds. Alright. Now, let me tell you one thing more, that big mud and small mud do not have a sound of their own. They do not have the authority to give direction to a letter. So, the big mud will not turn this alif into hamza because it is not that type of sign which can give a sound to this letter. So, this is still alif and this is big mud here, which will stretch because of which we will stretch the ta for 4 seconds. So it will be ata'an. If we stop, then one zabar will be removed and hamza will be stretched for 1 second. So ata'a. Alright. Now this one is now ya madda, because alif will be skipped here because ya has a jazm on it. Because if a letter has a jazm on it and in the previous letter does not have any sign, that letter is skipped. We go back and we connect that previous letter which has a sign with that letter which has a jazm. So this is Jim, Zir, Ya, and then big mad. So instead of 1 second, we will stretch it for 4 seconds. Otherwise, it is Ya Madda rule. So it is Ji, A. If we stop here, the zabar of Hamza will turn into jazm, and whenever Hamza has a jazm, we make a jerky sound. So it will be Ji. So we will stop here with a jerk. Alright, the small mud, whenever it comes above a letter, that letter is stretched for 2 seconds. The big mud is for 4 seconds, the small mud is for 2 seconds. So it will be read as Bima Unzila. And if we stop, the zabar of lam will turn into jazm, so it will be Bima Unzil Ulaika Sawafa. Alright. Now, whenever a letter has a zabar on it and the next letter is alif without any sign, that is called alif madda. We stretch it for 1 second. It is the same as if standing zabar. The only difference is in written form, otherwise the sound is the same. So this will be zal zabar alif za. So zata. Alright, whenever a letter has a pesh on it and the next letter is waw with jazm, that's called waw madda, and we stretch it for 1 second. It will be qalu. There is no difference between waw madda and reverse pesh. The only difference is in written form, otherwise the sound is the same. Now if a letter has a zair below it and the next letter is ya with jazm, that's called ya madda, and we stretch it for 1 second. There is no difference between standing zair and ya madda. The only difference is in written form, otherwise the sound is the same. So it will be read as akhi. Alright. If a letter has a jazm on it, we have to connect the previous letter with that letter. So it will be like this. Uqatul. So Hamza pesh qaf uq, ta pesh lam tul. Uqatul naqasusu makran batosha qitri at mim. Alright, if a letter has a tashdid, a W like sign on it, then we have to first of all connect the previous letter with that letter, the same as of in the jazm. Secondly, we have to press that letter for half a second, and third, we have to read that letter which has tashdid 2 times. So it will be sod and then dal zabar da, sod zabar dal sod, then dal zabar da, sod da, sod and da. If they are combined, then it will be sod da, sadaqa, qaddara. If noon has a tashdid on it, we do not press it for half a second. Instead, we press it for 1 second. That's called the gunna rule. Similar is the case with the meme. So in gunna, we have to press the tongue to the roof of the mouth. So like this. Wanna, thumma. Alright.